my name is Gudrun from GE Design, and this is my co-host,
Johan.
and this is Tipsy Tuesday. Hi everybody, thank you for being here. This is Tipsy Tuesday. I'm so excited to have Johan with us today. He just came on the airplane this morning, right? You had a great flight? Did good.
Yeah.
You're a professional flyer. Yep. So those of you watching, if you're on YouTube, make sure you're subscribed to our channel. On Facebook, like our page. And of course, we want to talk to you all throughout the show, so keep commenting. And at the end, we'll ask you a giveaway question. You have a chance to win a $25 gift card, of course. And we want some thumbs up and hearts. Yes, hearts. We love that. Throughout the show, we've got lots to talk about, lots to show you. Mr. HP is here too, a.k.a. Pawpaw.
Pawpaw in the house.
He's here running the show, and we're going to give you a good show today. We got lots of fun stuff to show you. And Johan's got a special project to show you, right? Yeah, you're going to show them a really cool project. On today's show, I'll be showing you some more sneak peeks from my new upcoming book. We'll see a couple more quilts from the book. And of course, we have our new patterns on the set. We're featuring Aria on the set today. I'll be continuing my series of piecing accuracy for my tip of the day. And of course, we got some great products, some fabric, and cool projects. So how was your flight this morning? Did you sleep a little bit? Just a little bit, right? Take a little nap. That's good. It's always hard getting up really early, isn't it? Yes. Yes.
Oh, me?
You're not the co-host. Yeah, there he is. You are kind of a co-host. You're running the show. Now, we all had a really good weekend. We made it from Florida. We had our photo shoot for our book last week, so all turned out amazing. And so we'll be sharing more photos from the book, more projects. We're very excited about it. You'll, of course, get to pre-order it next week, a week from today. So we'll have to wait a little bit. Now, Leo didn't get to come on this trip. No, he's at home. And he was kind of looking for you this morning, wasn't he? When he woke up, it's like, where's my big brother? Huh? Okay, let's start with announcing our winner from last week. And I asked everybody this question: what is your favorite food off the outdoor grill? And the winner is, drum roll. Drum roll. Papa's doing a drum roll. Marie Polden. Congratulations, Marie. You have won a $25 gift card. Just send us an email to help@GE Quilt Designs, and we'll get you that gift card so you can go shopping. Yay!
We love shopping.
Now, what is your favorite thing on the grill? What are we going to make tonight on the grill?
Waffles.
Burgers. Burgers. Yeah. Burgers. Maybe not waffles. I don't know if that would be good on the grill.
On the grill.
Huh?
I like waffles on the grill.
Yeah, I don't know how to do that, though. That would be a little tricky. Maybe on the waffle grill. Mm-hmm. But Marie, she likes barbecue baby back pork ribs.
I want my baby back, baby back, baby back.
Papa is singing. We are going to dive right into the tip of the day. So this is my third part of the series. We talked about in the first part about pre-treating your fabric and prepping your fabric before and how that affects your accuracy. The second part, I talked about cutting your fabric, all the little things that can come into play as far as accuracy, your cutter, your rulers, of course, the cutting mat, and how you angle your cutter. That can all affect your accuracy in piecing. And now we're going to get to the third part, and probably the part that everybody thought that was the only part that matters, and that is our seam allowance. So let's dive right into it and check out this tip of the day for piecing accuracy. So in this part 3 of my tip of the day, talking about our piecing accuracy, I'm actually going to be talking about our seam allowance. And seam allowance, when you hear that a pattern needs a 1/4 inch seam allowance or a scant 1/4 inch seam allowance, sometimes we become a little bit literal on that. So what is a scant 1/4 inch seam? So that is actually not an actual measurement. It is whatever it is on your machine, using whatever foot you have, so that you can do your piecing, and after you piece, press, your units are going to turn out to be the exact size they need to be. So let's dive into that. First off, you want to have a consistent seam allowance. You want to have a foot that you can use as your guide to get the consistent seam allowance you need. So there are a lot of 1/4 inch feet out there. Some of them are like this one, have a little flange on the side, so that the idea is that you can rest the fabric up against the flange, and then as you sew, you will get your scant perfect 1/4 inch seam allowance. I actually prefer a foot without the flange, because the danger is, as when we're piecing something with a flange, as you guide your fabric, it could be bunched up against the flange, or if or maybe you don't really see if it's touching, if it's not touching. So for me, I couldn't get enough consistency using the flange foot. But even though you have a 1/4 inch foot and you're using the edge of it, all 1/4 inch feet are not created the same. So they still have to be measured. And so here's the technique that I prefer to do when figuring out my seam allowance. This little perfect piecing seam guide is something I use all the time. This is by Perkins Dry Goods, and this measures or gives you your scant 1/4 inch seam allowance. So what you do is there's a hole on it. You will see there's a little hole in it right around here. And so you will take this to whatever machine you're using. You put that needle through the hole, and then whatever foot you're using, you have that foot on the machine, you lower that foot. And this is where your fabric should be guided up against. So if this edge is right up, like even with your foot, you know that you have a great foot to use, and you know that is going to be a great 1/4 inch seam allowance. Now, if you don't have a 1/4 inch foot, some machines, older machines, you don't have that. There are all kinds of guides you can use to put next to or onto the foot, the bed of your machine to guide the fabric. Some of them are raised, and in the same way I was explaining before, when you're guiding your fabric through, sometimes you can bunch your fabric up against it, so that's why I don't like those. I prefer just to use a sticker or anything you can put on your machine. So I would put my foot down, and then I can put this sticker or the marker. We have these strips on our organizing stickers, so then it's on the bed of your machine. This sticker will not leave any residue, so that's where you would guide your fabric up against as you're guiding it through your machine. But we'll show you how I have this on my machine. If you have a sewing machine where you can move the needle in very small increments to left and right, I just prefer to use a regular piecing foot on my baby lock machine. It's called the J foot. It has a clear top so I can see through it. But of course, it's not a 1/4 inch foot, but there is a 1/4 inch setting on my machine. So where the needle hops over to where there's supposed to be that 1/4 inch guide. But I have to take my needle a couple of spaces extra over in order to have that foot be even with my seam guide. So this is how you can see that the seam guide is even with that right side edge of the foot. So this is my perfect seam allowance. It's not a measurement I can give you, but it's something that I've tested on my machine. So now that you have your foot in the right position, your needle and your needle setting all good, you're still not just safe to just go for it. What I recommend is you still have to measure your work, because the secondary feature is ourselves, and that's the consistency of how we are guiding a fabric through. Even though I have everything set up, sometimes I might not feed the fabric through aligned with the foot all the time. So I take 3 pieces of fabric. I like to do 2 seams. So this is just, I cut them at 1.5 inches, and I sew 1 seam, and then I press it to one side. I press it to one side because that's how I prefer to press most times, is to one side. And then I add the second one, and I do the same. I press it outwards to one side. Now, if you prefer always to press open, I would recommend that you press this seam open for this test piece. So now it has been pressed, and this is the whole idea of that scant 1/4 inch seam. Now that this center piece has been sewn in, the idea is it was 1.5 cut. It needs to be exactly 1 inch once it's sewn into your piece. So I will take a ruler now and just line up right on the seams, and you can see just perfectly how that 1 inch lines land right on the seam. You can also measure the width of the unit, so 3 1.5 inch strips sewn together. When they're unfinished like this, should measure 3.5 inches, so I can see that I have that measurement perfectly as well. But we always want to measure that center piece because that's the key. That's why you need a scant 1/4 inch to make room for that seam falling over, so that your finished piece will be a perfect measurement here in the middle. Now there are a few other things to think about, and that is the needle that you use on your machine when you're piecing is important. For piecing, a Microtex needle or a sharp is recommended for regular quilting cottons. I like to use the 80-12 size. You can go a little bit smaller than that with a 75. But this is my preferred size, Microtex sharps. And then also what comes into play is your thread. So you want your thread to be fine enough for piecing and yet strong enough to hold that. I prefer a 50 weight cotton thread. This is Orifil, but there are many brands out there. Some people like an even thinner thread. This one really, really works for me. It's a really versatile thickness of a thread, so I can also do a little bit of top stitching and a little bit of quilting with it. So I like to use the 50 weight 100% cotton thread. So another thing I wanted to mention, of course, your machine, the stitch on your machine. So you want to make sure that your stitch is nice and straight. There's no loops and it doesn't go any sideways. But most machines, we know that we need that perfect straight stitch. So you should be good to go and get that really elusive, nice scant 1/4 inch seam. So let me then tell you one little tip, and it's something that maybe should be obvious to most. So as we are sewing, we have our foot all lined up and we start stitching. So one biggest tip that I can give you, that I try to give in all my classes, most people know this, is when you're sewing and you're aligning your fabric up with your foot, make sure you always look at the front of the foot and not at the needle. Always look right at the front of the foot where you're guiding that fabric. If you start to look at the needle, your pieces start swaying. So it's tempting to look at the needle when we're sewing, but it's kind of the first tip to teach beginners. You want to look at the front of your piecing foot. So there it is, part 3 of that piecing accuracy, the elusive scant 1/4 inch seam. And I hope you understand now it's not just a measurement that you can measure. It's all kinds of guidelines and checking and making sure that the way you do things lines up with how your machine is. So thank you for that. It's interesting to see, this comes up all the time, asking about why we have to do a scant 1/4 inch seam. And that's just so that once we have it sewn and pressed, everything will fit together. So then it is an accurate 1/4. But to achieve that accurate 1/4, we have to be a little bit scant. But I think in some people's minds that little bit of scant, when we say scant, that means a lot, and it's not. It's very, very small. So hopefully that clears things up. And like I said, I saw a lot of you that really live for that seam guide. Can we do a 1/4 inch seam as long as it's consistent throughout the whole quilt? So again, I'm talking about a 1/4 inch seam. So if you measure a 1/4 inch seam and then you press, your pieces are going to be a little bit less every single time. So if you are just a needle width or 2 short on every piece, the more seams you have in a piece, you're not going to be the accurate measurements. So again, I would take 3 strips, sew those seams and press, and then measure your piece. And so if they are measuring exactly what they should be, then you are good to go. You are good to go. All right, so check it. We sell the seam guide, yes. Awesome. I have it in all of my little travel bags, because it's especially important if you go from machine to machine. When I was teaching classes in person, people would sometimes bring a different machine than they use at home to class. And those, you weren't always the same seam allowance on those. Was there another question? I missed it.
No, it just said, he's back.
He's back, yeah. A little potty break.
When you're at the start,
that
you
happens.
do that. Like, listen, I'll be back.
Yeah. So if you have any other questions on this segment, let me know. Otherwise, you can always watch it again and again. I know some of you have been doing that. Okay, great tips. Good. So we're ready to move on. I am very excited. So some of you may know about our virtual retreat that we have every year. I think you're kind of moving out of the shot. So let me move it over a little bit, Johan. There you are. Our virtual retreat is something we do every spring, usually in March. And our 2024 retreat took place in March, and we had such a blast with the folks that joined us for the 2 sessions. There'll be 2 sessions next year. And we are now offering an advanced reservation for anyone that wants to secure their spot. There's been a lot of interest. We really did this out of by request, because our previous retreaters this year really wanted to be able to sign up and secure their spot for next year. So they got first dibs and got to sign up, and so now we're opening it up to anybody else. If you want to sign up early, there is an advanced reservation. We have the dates of the 2 sessions listed, but you don't have to choose your session now. So by doing this, you can pay your $50 down payment, which goes toward your full retreat price. And then those that purchase this retreat advanced reservation, you will have a chance to choose your fabric and choose your session before we open up just registration, general registration for the retreat. So this is something to secure your spot, like I said, and it's been very popular, and we're very excited. Now, of course, we are going to keep the theme and the project under wraps for a little bit longer, but you can see if you go to the advanced reservation product on our website, you will see the dates there, so you can mark your calendar and do a little down payment now, so you have to pay less when you're ready to pick your fabrics and lock it in. It is. You can, if something comes up later on, until through October 1st, you're able to cancel and get a full refund for those $50. Just wanted to tell you that. But once it hits October, we will send you information to pick your fabrics. And yeah, still excited to wait another 4 or 5 months for a retreat. But yeah, very excited about that. So check that out. Now, I think it's time to show them some quilts, Johan, some of the brand new quilts, not the fabric yet. So we, of course, those of you who have been watching us and watching our shows, I'll be showing you some sneak peeks from my upcoming book. It's coming out later this summer, but we're opening up pre-orders for next week. I'm not going to show you everything yet, but just some sneak peeks of the quilts. On last week's show, on Friday, I showed you 2 quilts because we just did the photo shoot. I showed you Mia. This is Mia. And a really fun quilt. All the quilts in this book are going to be made with half yards or fat quarters. So you can use either or for most of them. You can use half yards for all of them. And then the other one is called Gigi. Gigi. And that one's really cool. See, it's on the hammock. So I showed you these 2 last week. And now it's time to show you some new ones. And this first one is actually called Svana. So I'll show you these. I made a big quilt, so it is, we photographed it on the bed, and this one is really fun to do. I'm trying to show you the overhead. It's just so big. So I think I had some close-up photos there too. So here's the star block. I love it scrappy like that, but of course you can do it less colors, you can do it more color control. This one I made out of the juniper fabric bundle. I added a few art gallery, it's art gallery fabric, I've added a few art gallery basics. And then Julie quilted this with a pattern called Pablo, which works really cool. And it's like a medium cream color thread, so it's more like this color, but I just love it. Love the little cardinals, even though it's a little bit winter themed. I don't feel like the colors are, so this one is going to be used year round. So this is Svana. Yes, we have made another one. So you may remember last week I showed you a new fabric bundle that we just got in, and called Cozy Wonderland. And so we made a Christmas version of this quilt, and I love, love, love this one. So this bundle is perfect for it because it has those lights and darks if you want that contrast. So this is Christmas versions. It's waiting for the long arm, so we'll show it again once we have that. This next quilt from the book is called Lilo. Lilo is very fun. Along with your half yards, you need a little bit of background fabric. So I used the vintage bundle for this version. It's of course, could be done for 4th of July or just any time, of course. I have the close-up here. You can see I used this really fun print, the white with the red and blue crosses or X's. What do you think of this, Johan? Which one is your favorite fabric? Favorite color? The red or the blue or the aqua? Is it aqua?
I like all.
You like them all? Yeah. They're really cool. Look at the little banners, the little flags. That's so fun. So this is Lilo, and the quilting pattern we used, this was quilted by Pawpaw.
Yeah.
It's called Transformation from My Creative Stitches. See? And we used kind of a light bluish, grayish thread. So it looks great. A light gray thread. All right. We have one more pattern to share with you. This one is called Skylar. And Skylar is, I told you the book is going to be called Stripology Quickies, just because they're all quick and easy to make. And so they might not all look like it, but Skylar, we just found the perfect spot for these fabrics. I forgot, yeah, so this one is made from the Connections bundle. I'm not even sure we have any more left. I think it's out, but I just love the playfulness of these fabrics, and just look at that setting. I'm ready to sit there right now and watch the sailboats. So the quilting on this one, it was also done by Pawpaw, right? And it's called Coil. So just these little swirly circles. I felt like there was so much water theme with it, so I just love the motion here. And this is a really, really quick quilt to make. I think we're going to be making lots of these, Skylers. And we did some minky on the back. Ooh, some cuddle. Can you feel this? Is this soft, Johan? Yeah. Yeah, so soft. And the color thread was a light gray thread again. You can just really see it on the cuddle. And it just blends very nicely on the front. So that is Skylar, but there is a Skylar 2.0. So same block, different arrangement, different coloring, using background with it, and you get something totally different. And I'm so excited when we can do that and have fun with the same blocks. So this one we did with Woodland and Wildflower. I did a patterned background fabric just because it really goes great with this fabric. Now, of course, you could do dark background, adding sashing between the block rows, and it just looks like some beautiful plants growing. And the quilting on this is called Coral, also by Urban Elements. And we did like a light taupe thread. So let's take a look at the back. So you can kind of see, I love this art gallery backing. And so you can see I wanted a directional print or quilting design to kind of go with the blocks. So if we can see the quilt again, you'll see it really makes sense. So how it's angled, and yes. Can't wait to make more versions of this because like I told you, it is really, really quick to make. So that is the sneak peek today. I know I told you 3 quilts, but it's really 4 because Skylar has the regular Skylar and then the 2.0. 2.0. Which one was your favorite, Johan? You like them all? Yeah? Okay. Do you like the one with the cuddle on the back? The really soft? Yeah. I know you like those, don't you? Okay, if you have any questions, let me know, but we are counting down now 7 more days until we reveal all of the quilts on our Tipsy Tuesday show a week from today. Okay, let's take a look at some fabric. We have beautiful fabric. We're starting with a holiday line, and it's called Holiday Style. So it is really pretty. And look, it's just super soft, lots of light in it. So pretty much reds and grays, and then some textures in between. So beautiful, beautiful. We'll start with this awesome large print. And thank you for your help, Johan. This is by Blank Quilting. And I just love this layered style. I think these would be really great for table runners and all kinds of things. Let me fold it over and move it over so we can see what we're doing. Look at that. Isn't that beautiful? I love all the different tones of red into a pink. So we're continuing on with a little bit lighter print with no gray in it, just the reds and the pinks. So what are those? Pine cones, yes. And some spruce branches. The next print has a little birdie. Do you know what kind of bird this is? The red bird? It's a cardinal. Cardinals. They're really fun to see in the winter. And the next one, what is this one? Yeah, trees.
I like the pink one.
Yeah, there's the pink tree or the red tree, and then this tree has some pink dots in it, the gray one, which is really pretty, and little snowflakes in between. They're so pretty. And then we have more red. This is poinsettias. I love the little bits of gray there.
Sharon wants to know, was that metallic?
No metallic in this. I just love the textures. It kind of almost could use it, but I don't think it needs it. There's just a little gold in here, but it's not metallic. And then finishing off the reds with a beautiful diagonal check plaid, whatever you want to call it. Really love this. So then we are moving into the more of the grays and the taupes, and this fun print with the deer. Look at the big antlers. That's a big buck is what they call it, I think. And then we have the same tone-on-tone print here in the grays. And what I love about this, it's a real taupey gray, a really nice warm, almost a light brown. Same print as we have here in the red. We have some pine cones. Ooh, and I love the red berries in between. Oh, you're going to eat them? You think they're tasty? Maybe. A little bit lighter, so just these branches, smaller scale branches and pine cones. And then we have some snowflakes. Yeah, we love snowflakes. That's super fun. So, and just love the scale of them, and they're all different. And we finish off with the same plaid here in the taupey gray. So I could just see this line be great to make numerous little table runners and smaller projects. Also great in a quilt using, of course, that plaid. You can use that as the accent. I could see it in a Sammy using both of these as accents. But here are some other fabrics that go really well with it in my fabric pull. Johan, you want to help me? So hand me that first red. We're starting with the darkest red, and this one is canvas in the cherry. So a little bit pinkish hue, which is perfect with all of these tones. And the next one is called Moonscape in the Flame. So a little bit lighter. I love the little direction, and so that lighter pink is great. And then we have some light grays for all of these tones. We have the grunge in the grease color. So a really nice, again, warm gray. So there's a lot of warmth in there. And the other one is called Thatched Gray. So same tone, but a little bit lighter, a little bit more subtle in the print. And then if you wanted to match these lighter tones, give me this next one is Spotted White. So it just has just a little bit of taupe specks in it, so it's going to work perfectly with the lights. And then if you want a little more specs, Spectrostatic in the mimeograph color. Yeah, that's a little bit of a mouthful saying all of that. So then we have some darker accents. If you want to pull out some of the darker grays in the prints, this is Jack's in the Peat. But again, it's a gray that is really nice and warm with a lot of taupe in it. And another one in a similar tone, a little less, is Spotted in the Charcoal. So again, a lot of warmth in there, so will work perfectly. And if you wanted something a little more sharp accent, we have an almost black with a spotted ink. Of course, there is just a little bit of black here and there, so that would also work as a great accent or a focus. And even further would be the Seedlings in the Licorice. Licorice, yes. So this is holiday style. Check it out. Beautiful bundle. Such fun stuff. All right, let's move this out of the way, Johan. Make room to show some more things. So the next thing we wanted to show and remind you of, we just got a bundle back in stock that has been out for a while. This is Gradient Auras. Look at all these colors. Aren't they fun? So this is finally back in stock. There was one change in the fabrics, but I thought there's been so many requests for this, so we got it back in stock. Nice and colorful and bright. So that is back. And we wanted to show you a couple of fun things too. We got some new toweling. If you are subscribed to our newsletter, we sent you a fun inspiration newsletter on Sunday. And it has a link to my tutorial for the hanging towel. So these are really fun, kind of a seasonal or holiday themed towelings. So how they come, they're hemmed on each side, as you can see. We sell them in 3.5 yard cuts, so you can make a lot. You can make even a table runner from this. This is so fun for the 4th of July holiday. So this is the Americana one, or you can make the hanging towels, of course, by adding some fabric to the top. And then we have, let's see the other ones. For the other holidays, they're so fun, such vintage feel. This is the Halloween with the cats and the pumpkins, jack-o'-lanterns. So, aren't these fun? Cats, kitty cats. Ooh, what is this? What is this thing? A little black mouse too. And then the third one is snowmen.
I love snowmen.
Yeah, they're kind of like snow babies, aren't they? They look like little babies. But really cute with that beautiful mint green color in the middle. That will be adorable. So to make some hanging towels for gifts, occasions, perfect for hostess gifts and things like that. Okay, I think it's time. Well, one more thing. I'm almost going to show them one more thing, and then it's time for you to show them your little project. Okay, so let me show you. We also got in, if you're making any cute little zipper bags and things, planning to make those for the holiday gifts. We have, this one unfortunately sold out, the Sewing Maker Quilter, and also the bee and the dragonfly, but hopefully we'll get more of those. They flew out. But then we have really cute ones for the holidays. So yeah, here's those. Those are the So Merry by Sweet Fire Road. So these are by Moda, and so some of their designers created these beautiful, beautiful zipper pulls, or they call them zipper charms. So you can just loop them onto anything. You don't necessarily have to put it on a zipper. But I just love those. This one is not brand new, but it came in not too long ago. So these are all holiday ones. You can kind of see the scale of them. But really adorable. It goes with the Sweet Fire Road holiday lines. So cute. All right, Johan, what is the project that you want to show everybody? A backpack. Okay, let's look at it on the overhead. So it's, what animal is this? It's a bear.
You open it out of it.
Okay, show them. You open the zipper pocket and it's the mouth. And there's a fish for the bear to munch on. Oh, yes. And then here's the back of it, and really cute fabric on the inside. And you just pull it like this, and then you put it on your back, right? Oh, look at the ears. That's so cute. The little ears and the fish. So this is a panel, and there you are in the woods with your backpack. I love it. So this is a panel that has all the instructions and everything on it. We had one that had, remember we had the dinosaur, the green one? We sold out of that really fast, so really excited to see another one. How cute is that? Look! So the panel, is kind of, so you can see it in the background there. It has all the instructions, and you just cut out the pieces and assemble it. Just need to add a zipper, and so cute. What a great, fast gift. Now, who made this? Who made this one? Colleen?
Kobe?
No, I think Kobe took the picture of you, but I think Colleen made this, didn't she?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think I saw you.
Oh, yeah. Go get it. Because that one was really a part of it. Been waiting for this to do his photo shoot for the backpack. So what goes in the top of the backpack? Oh, a squirrel. See a friend of the bears? Should we have him sticking out like this? I love that. And then we just zip him up tight and put him on your back. Did he make a sound? We have sound effects. We have sound effects. So that's available now, the backpack panel. All right, are we forgetting something, Johan? Let's make sure we are saying everything we need to say. We have an amazing show tomorrow morning. Colleen will be here tomorrow morning with One Eared Wednesday at 9:30 a.m. And now all we got to do is ask our giveaway question. So our giveaway question, because Kobe is right here, we are going to ask everybody, what is your favorite dog breed? What's your favorite kind of dog?
I like that dog.
Yeah, that dog. Yes, that's your favorite kind of dog. Kobe is your favorite kind of dog.
Saint Bernard.
Saint Bernard. You've never had a Saint Bernard. You've had quite a few different dogs.
When I was a kid, I did. Goliath. It was
Goliath. That's a good name for a Saint
right?
Bernard.
Perfect. That was his name.
So just answer the question in the comments, and you're automatically entered for a giveaway for a $25 gift card. Now, there's so many. So of course, Kobe is a lab. He's a labradoodle, mostly lab, but he has a little bit of a poodle in him, and so that must be my favorite breed, of course. Although I do love some other breeds. I have some good dog friends.
Husky.
So poodle. I love a Bernese Mountain Dog. We love a Boston Terrier, right? And yeah, we love a lot of different dogs. Swana, what is your favorite?
Great Dane.
A Great Dane.
Great
Those
Dane.
are big, big dogs. They're kind of like horses almost.
Right?
Baby horse. But just tell us in the comments, and you're automatically entered for the giveaway. So our next show will be Happy Friday, this coming Friday at, that's June 7th at 12 noon. And are you going to help me on that show too? We're going to have some other guests. We have a packed classroom this week. Today we have a lot of sewers in the classroom doing some great work for Sewing for a Cause. And then tomorrow we'll fill the classroom with our next set of certified Stripology instructors. So my course starts tomorrow. It's a 3-day course. We have folks coming from all over. And so hopefully we'll get to meet some of them on Friday. And then our next Tipsy Tuesday will be June 11th. June 11th, and you get to see all the quilts in the book and pre-order your signed copy. So check it out, and we will see you that time. Any last words, Johan? We've got to thank everybody for watching, and
See you next time.
see you next time. Bye, everybody.